how are we going to deal with that? But I think that's going to be homework, okay? So that is what we are going to try to cover in today's class, okay? So let's start with this. So what is the first thing that we're going to see? We are going to take a look at this video that is called Everyday English, the weather. This is from Australia. So we have people talking about the weather, and let's have a look.
Today we're going to talk about the weather. Forecast today?
Yes, I have. Hot temperature. It's going to get to nearly 40.
What Jack's talking about is the temperature. One of the main things we look at when we check a weather forecast. Temperature can be measured in degrees Fahrenheit or degrees Celsius.
Today we're going to talk about the weather. Have you checked the forecast today?
Yes, I have.
Espera,
It's
¿tú
going
te
to
estás
be
viendo el
pretty
video
hot.
o solo escuché el audio?
Or just the number. Jack, can you give us an example?
So glad you asked, Sarah. In the south of Australia, it's going to be very hot.
No, no hablé, pero sí estoy muteado. Acabo de activar el audio sin querer. No, lo tenía desactivado. No, estoy cagado. No, ya, perdón. Pero loco. Pero hablé por el Discord. Pero si estoy muteada y comprobé ahora que estaba muteada. Ay, no. Ay, presente sin querer.
Oops, this thing is down, so let's go and try to look it again.
No, la cagué.
Come on.
Mano, la cagué, había presionado un
You were
botón.
so good, you were so good.
No, la
Sorry
cagué
about that.
yo, loco, la cagué yo. Mano, no, entré en pánico.
Sorry about that. Internet connection problems.
No, profe,
So
fui
we're going to
yo.
take a look
No.
at it right now. Resume. We are here.
Today we're going to talk.
Almost around there.
Well, Adelaide will get to 39. In the east, it's a bit cooler. Sydney will get a top of 32, while Brisbane will be at 35. Back to you, Sarah.
Now, in written English, 39 degrees Celsius looks like this. Notice that Celsius has a capital C. You might also see a temperature range in the weather forecast. For example, tomorrow might have a high of 38 degrees and a low of 20. So the temperature range is 20 to 38, which looks like this. Notice that you don't stress the word to. If it's really cold, you might get negative temperatures, which means they're below zero. So for example, it might be negative 10, which you can also say as minus 10. But that doesn't happen too often in Australia. Now let's listen to some people talk about the weather.
How good is this weather?
It's a bit too hot for me. I prefer it in the 20s.
What do you reckon your favourite temperature is?
Probably about 23.
See me? I love it above 30 because you can go to the beach.
Is it going to be hot this weekend?
No, I actually think it's going to be raining on Saturday.
Ooh, it's going to have a picnic.
Well, on Sunday I think it's going to be sunny again, so you could go then.
What's the temperature going to be?
I think about 20 to 25 degrees.
When we describe the weather, we say if it's going to be hot or cold. We also talk about if it's going to be sunny or cloudy, if it's going to rain, snow or hail. It might also be windy, or there could be a storm with thunder and lightning, sometimes called a thunderstorm.
Then there are extreme weather events like cyclones, tsunamis, floods, and tornadoes. A cyclone is a violent tropical storm. In other parts of the world, they're called hurricanes or typhoons. A tsunami is a very large, destructive wave caused by an earthquake. Tsunami is actually a Japanese word which means harbour wave. A flood is when water builds up after heavy rain. Floods often come during a monsoon, which is a period of heavy rain. A tornado is a violent whirling wind, but luckily we don't have too many of those in Australia.
Weather's kind of interesting, isn't it?
It is. Now the study of weather is called meteorology. And the people who study it are called meteorologists. Now remember, weather is a good topic to use to practice your written and speaking skills. You can listen to your local weather report and make some notes.
As for us, we're going to go to the beach and enjoy the sunshine.
Oh, that sounds excellent. See ya.
So quite an interesting video, right? So in which you have how do you talk about the weather. So you have to remember when you talk about the weather, you talk about first the temperature, then the weather conditions, right? So it could be raining, it could be snowing, cold, hot, sunny. Lots of different things, lots of different words that you can make use of. But also, and I think that this also deals with the weather. This is something very common for us. And we talk about this. We use lots of words related to weather in general, right? But here we are some examples of what we call the idioms. Idioms are these expressions that are connected to certain things, but are not really part of it. For example, what do we mean when we talk about this expression, right? This idiom that says, it's raining cats and dogs, right? Is it really like the picture? What do we mean when we say that? Someone here, you have the word. What do we mean when we said it's raining cats and dogs? Is it like the picture? Is it really going to rain cats and dogs?
Es como, así como que una expresión, supongo, como para decir que llueve mucho, así, mucho, escaleta. No sé cómo se dice la palabra en castellano.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, that's the meaning, right? That it's really, there is a strong rain, right? It's like the whole sky is falling, right? That's why we said that expression, or that expression is in English when we said it's raining cats and dogs. It's really, really hard. It's a hard rain, okay? So here we are, some other expressions. Let me see if we can take a look at this video because I have it. I forgot to load it here on the presentation, but I'm going to share my screen with you and tell me if you can, of course, hear it, okay? So I'm just going to go to my screen. There you are. So let's take a look at this video related to this, which is called Weather on the Go, Rain Idioms and Phrases, for you to take a look at some other idioms that we can use or make use of.
Welcome to Weather on the Go. Today we're talking about rain idioms. In Australia, we love talking about the weather a lot. But sometimes what people mean is very different from the words they're saying. These little phrases are called idioms. Let's take a look at some idioms about rain.
You might have heard people say,
it's raining cats and dogs.
They don't actually mean that
animals are falling from the sky. All it means is that it's raining really heavily.
And when you say it's pelting down,
or it's bucketing down,
they all mean
it's raining very, very heavily.
When you hear people say they are saving up for a rainy day,
it doesn't mean they're saving up for the day it starts to rain.
This idiom is used when people are saving money for something in the future, like an emergency. Then there's rain or shine. This expression means something is going to happen no matter what. For example, I'm going to win the race, come rain or shine. So whether there's rain or sunshine, the person has decided to win the race. You can use this idiom to talk about the weather, but you don't always have to. If someone tells you they want to take a rain check, they're not going outside to see if it's actually raining. They just want to defer the plans they've made with you. That's it for rain for now. What are some rain idioms you've come across? Let us know in the comments. Our next video will be on thunder and lightning idioms. Stay tuned for that. It's coming rain or shine, and I promise we won't be taking a rain check.
Okay, so we have those idioms, right? So my question now for you is, what other idioms related to weather do you know, right? Let's see if you have other expressions or similar idioms in our language. So what do we have, for example, in Spanish that it's similar to those expressions, or that we can make use of related to, in this case, weather? So what other weather idioms do you know, or you know, in our mother tongue, in Spanish in this case? Do you know any other? Yeah.
Cuando hace mucha calor, se dice están cayendo los patos asados.
That's it. Bien, Marisol. Excellent. Yeah, los patos cayendo, los patos asados, too hot outside. Yes, very good. Any other?
El care de gallo, cuando hace harto calor igual en la mañana. Eso lo dice harto mi tata. Está pegando el care de gallo.
El care gallo. That's a very nice expression, a very common expression when you have, for example, the sun like in the middle of your head, right? So you say, oh, el care gallo está pegando fuerte, right? Very good, very good. Any other?
Cuando dicen llueve a cántaros.
Ajá. Llover a cántaros.
Cuando llueve mucho.
Ajá.
¿Lo has escuchado?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I have. Yeah, llover a cántaros is like raining cats and dogs. So yeah, está lloviendo mucho, muy fuerte, suena en los techos, right? That's why. That's a very good expression as well. A very good idiom in Spanish. Yeah, so any other? Okay, that's it, I think. So if you want to go deeper into this, you can watch that video again. There is a playlist of some other idioms related to weather, like you heard on the video about thunder, thunderstorms, and there is a series of about 6 videos related to idioms and the weather. Idioms are something that are used mostly in speaking, right? And we make use of them also in Spanish, in our mother tongue, when we talk about these phrases that really don't mean the same like the things that we are expressing, right? A rain check is just to check how are you, or if you are going to have, we are going to do the plan that we have previously made, right? So that is, or those are some idioms. You have heard some of them as well in Spanish. So what do we have here? We have our very first activity, right? And this is a matching activity. So I'm going to give you the word for this, because we have a list here of things, right? Of pictures. We have 6 pictures with weather and temperatures. All of them are in Celsius, right? Not in Fahrenheit. Remember that the American people, they talk in Fahrenheit degrees. We talk in Celsius, like in Australia or most of the world, right? But the Americans, they talk using Fahrenheit, okay? We talk using degrees Celsius. So we have different temperatures here from 21 to 9 degrees or minus 3, right? And we also have different pictures. So what is going to be our first task is to match these pictures with, of course, the meaning or what it is said when you read this on your weather forecast apps. For example, the forecast app that you have on your mobile device. So every time that you open this, right, you go here and, for example, you open this one, and this said I'm in La Silla de Peñuelas, right, because I live here. It says 16 degrees, and at the on the back you can see some clouds. It's not that cloudy, so it says mostly sunny. It says a high of 18 degrees and a low of 8 degrees Celsius, right? And we have these words. What are those? The first one, A. It says hot, cloudy, and humid, right? So what is that? Which of those pictures is from 1 to 6? Which one? Which one could it be? Oops. I think I'm here. Anyone?
I think it's 1 because hot.
Okay. Could it be the first one?
I think is the 3.
Number 3.
The cloud is ploma. Está.
Okay, gray.
Se ve como gray.
Exactly. Good. Yes, because we have 3 things, right? It's hot. So if you go to the ones that are hot, for us, hot it's I think above 30, right? 25 to 30 and above 30, it's really hot, right? So for example, in Santiago, in Coyhaique in the summer, it's like 35, 33, 35, or maybe 38 in some cases. So very, very hot, right? But also it says that it's cloudy. Cloudy, it's when there are clouds, right, in the sky. It's huge amounts of water, right, and form of a gas, right? That's a cloud. So it's cloudy. In the first one, in number 1, it is not cloudy, right? Because there are no clouds. And it says also that it's humid. Humid is like the Spanish word, right? It's very close to the Spanish word that we call húmedo, right? So it's just the same thing. It's what we call in English a cognate. It's very similar, the word in Spanish and also in English. So as your classmate said here, 3 is the first one. So A goes with number 3. Very good. How about B? B said it's cloudy and mild. Cloudy and mild.
2?
That's
2.
it. Yeah, that's it. So what is the meaning of mild in this case?
Templado.
That's it. Yeah, very good. So mild means that it's a pleasant temperature. It's not so hot, not so cold, right? So it's templado, but it's also cloudy. So number 2, it's our answer. Then it says it's sunny, dry, and pleasant.
The 1?
Number 1, of course, yes. Sunny, there is a big sun outside. There are no clouds at all. It's dry, so that means it's not humid, right? It's not wet, right? And pleasant, so the temperature, it's okay. We can go outside with just a sweater or just a t-shirt, and it's not cold at all, right? So we can be with our shorts and a t-shirt or a top outside. Very, very good. It's a very pleasant temperature. So for us, I think that when we are between 18 to 23, we think that that's a very pleasant temperature to be outside. So very good. D, it says cold and damp with a few showers.
6.
That is cold and damp with a few showers. Sorry, someone said that before? So it's
6.
6. Very good. Yes. So what is the meaning of damp?
Húmedo.
Yeah, but not as wet as in the first one with humid, right? So it's a bit different. It's slightly wet. It's not that wet. That's what you have. We have this raindrop, only one. Okay. So it's cold, 9 degrees. It's cold with a few showers, just one drop of this water, right? So that is the meaning of, in this case, damp. Good. Letter E. It says heavy rain and a thunderstorm.
4.
That's it. Very good. So heavy rain, that means that it's raining a lot. And a thunderstorm is what we call una tormenta eléctrica, right? So with thunders, and you hear everything, this lightning as well. So that is a huge thunderstorm. It's like the rains of the south, right? Of the south of Chile. And finally, letter F, it says light snow and temperature below 0. So, of course, that is number 5. You see a temperature below 0, -3 degrees Celsius. Light snow, that means that it's snowing, but it's not a heavy snow, right? So it's just snowing, but not that hard, okay? So very good. So here are some words related to the weather. Humid, mild, pleasant, damp, few showers, right? And a thunder storm. And we have here certain sentences. So we're going to use the same words that we have there. These ones that are in bold and negritas. Humid, mild, pleasant, damp, showers, and thunderstorm. And we have to replace the ones that are here in the sentences from 1 to 6, but are in italics. Okay? So what are we going to do? We're going to read the sentences from 1 to 6, and then we need to think with which words in bold are we going to replace these ones that are here in italics, cursiva, you call it in Spanish. Okay, so let's go and read this. In the first one, it says, if it is a nice evening, we can eat outside. In the second one, I hate this warm, wet, and uncomfortable weather. Remember, warm es como cálido. Wet is similar to humid, right? And uncomfortable, no muy agradable, right? Weather. Number 3, the air's cold and a bit wet this morning. Number 4, there are going to be some short periods of rain later. Number 5, yesterday it was really cold, but today it's not too cold. Remember that we use too to put emphasis, right? Too cold. And number 6, did you hear the heavy rain, thunder, and lightning last night? Remember, the lightning is the el rayo láser. El rayo is el lightning. The thunder is the sound, right? So we have these 6 sentences. And now we have to replace them with the words that we have there in this case, in bold. How about the first one? ¿Con cuál iría according to you? Pleasant. If we have to replace. Pleasant. Very good. Yes, pleasant. So it would say, if it is a pleasant evening, we can eat outside. Remember, evening after 6 p.m. That's the evening. Okay, good one. How about the second one? How about number 2? Number 2.
Humid.
Excellent. Great. I hate this humid weather. You got it. That's it. Number 3. Number 3.
Damp.
Damp.
That's it. Yes, because damp means a bit wet, not that humid, right? So very good. Yes. Then number 4. Showers. Yes, you got it. Showers. Number 5.
Mild.
Excellent. Very good. And finally, of course,
Thunderstorm.
the thunderstorm. Yes, with a th, right? A word, phoneme you're going to learn in phonetics. Well done. And now we're going to do our very first task in pairs. Okay, so we're going to work now in pairs. So try to, when I put you into this breakout rooms, try to turn your cameras on and your microphones on. You're going to work just with one person, right? That means it's a pair work. 2 of you are going to work together. And what do you have to do? You will have to use your mobile devices or Google, right? But you will have to check the weather forecast on your mobile devices, right? So you open the weather forecast app that all of you have on your mobile devices, right? You're gonna check, right, the weather forecast for today and for next Saturday, right? So you're gonna see here how it's going to be the weather forecast in the place where you live, right? And then you're going to ask your classmates about what's the weather like in the city that they live, right? For example, and this is how you can answer that question. So what's the weather like in Valparaíso? Well, today in Valparaíso, it is going to be very hot and sunny, right? So that it depends on the temperature. But this is just a sentence. We can also say that it's going to be a pleasant day. It's a mild day. It's a humid day, right? It's humid. So try to use the vocabulary and the things that we have just learned in the videos, right? And also in our conversation. Okay, this is going to be a 5-minute activity. So we're going to come back, in just 5 minutes. Okay, so let's create these breakout rooms for you to start talking. Okay, so remember that if you cannot enter, try to use your computers. Let's create this. It's creating the rooms. It's gonna take a bit longer. It's a bit slow today, Teams. So these things are creating, so we can talk about your day, your life. Let me see if this is working or not. If it is not, we can do a different activity, so no need to worry. Come on, Teams. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Okay, so let's start. So now you're moving. This is opening. It's going to take a bit. but you're going to work with a classmate. Remember to activate your cameras and microphones. Okay, see you in 5.
Hola, ¿estás ahí?
And we are back.
¿Por qué siempre no hacen lo mismo? Terminamos la tarea
¿Qué onda?
luego, y nosotros empezamos a conversar así de la vida. Nos cortan.
I wrote you a message. I put them back in a minute.
Sí, pero igual.
We are here in a minute. Very good, very good. Well done. So that's why I sent the message. That's why I said back in a minute. In a minute, we are back. So very, very good. Well done. Okay. So the idea of this activity, of course, it's for you to start using the previous language. Okay. So the idea is that you incorporate previous words, that you have made use of it, and of course, use real information. That's why you have to use the weather forecast from your mobile devices, okay? So that is something that you have to always try to do. Try to incorporate real things that you can make use of it in the real world. Now, if you want to know more about extreme weather, I'm going to send, of course, I'm going to share with you this presentation. And here you have one slide that it's called extreme weather. It's an extra activity. So if you want to do it, if you want to check it, it's from the BBC Learning English. It's a very nice video of about 3 to 4 minutes for you to check more words related to weather, and in this case, extreme weather that it's caused by the climate change, right? We do not talk about global warming anymore. We talk about climate change. So let's keep on moving. Now, we are going to incorporate now, in this occasion, the same thing with the weather, right? Vocabulary related to the weather, with a listening activity, and we're going to start introducing now the use of likes and dislikes. So first of all, we're going to introduce this topic about likes and dislikes with this listening activity. So what are you going to do? It says here, you're going to listen to Faisal from Dubai, Marek from Alberta, Canada, right? And Gina from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, right? Talking about their favorite season, right? So what do you have to do? It's mark, take notes, right? About who talk about these topics. And you have to write an F, an M, or a G. Faisal, right? Marek and Gina. So what are the topics? An exciting celebration, eating outside, and number 3, enjoying the colors of nature, right? You can also see that in some occasions you find that U in colors and favorite. You can write it with an O instead of OU, and it's okay. Same thing, okay? So let's listen. Remember, you have to mark who talks about an exciting celebration, eating outside, and enjoying the colors of nature. Let's listen.
Audio 1.7. 1. Faisal from Dubai.
Winter's my favorite season. In summer, it's too hot to enjoy outdoor activities. But in winter, the temperature is really mild and pleasant, perfect for walks and picnics in the desert or in the city's beautiful parks. Also, the sea is wonderful in the winter. I'm not keen on swimming in the sea in the summer. The water's too warm, and there are sea snakes and other nasty animals. In winter, it's safer and fresher. My favorite winter activity is fishing. I really love catching fish in the sea, and then cooking them on a barbecue on the beach.
2.
Marek from Alberta.
I love autumn.
When the days are sunny but cool.
I'm really
interested in photography. And autumn's a great time for that, as the leaves are a beautiful golden color.
In late autumn,
we get our first snowfalls.
And the snow looks amazing against the bright blue skies. Also,
Also,
I'm really into
watching ice
and
hockey.
Autumn is
And
when
autumn
the
is when the new
season
ice hockey
starts.
season starts.
The only problem with
autumn is that it comes before
And
winter.
our winters are
And our
so
winters
long
are so
and cold.
long and cold.
I don't mind cold
I don't
weather.
mind cold
But
weather.
when the temperature
But
goes
when the
down to
temperature goes down to 35 below zero, well,
that's another story.
That's another story.
3. Gina from Rio de Janeiro.
My favourite season here in Rio is summer. I'm an English teacher, so I have long summer holidays when I can relax and spend time with my children. To be honest, I prefer spring to summer weather. Summers here are extremely hot and humid. We get a lot of thunderstorms then too, but actually I quite like watching storms. Another thing I love is New Year's Eve, which of course is in the middle of summer here. There's an amazing firework display on the beach. I don't go down there because I can't stand large crowds, but we have a great view from our apartment.
And that's it. So who talks about an exciting celebration? Was it Gina? Was it Marek? Or was it Faisal?
Gina.
Gina. That's it. Eating outside? Faisal. Yes. So finally, Marek talks about enjoying the colors of nature. So excellent. Number 2, second activity related to the same listening. Now we're going to listen again, but it's a bit more challenging because you will need to take some notes and you will have to complete each of the sentences that you have there with a missing word. Okay, so that is something a bit more challenging for you. Okay, so take notes. You're going to listen again, but now you have to complete with a missing word. So let's see and go through the sentences without reading the gaps. I'm not keen on in the sea in the summer. Number 2, my favorite winter activity is. Number 3, I really love catching fish. Catching fish in the. Number 4, I'm really interested in. Number 5, I'm really into watching. I don't mind weather. I prefer weather to summer weather. Number 8, I quite like watching. And number 9, I can't stand large. Okay? So that is something that you will have to do now. Remember, there is a missing word and you have to complete those sentences. So take notes. Yep.
¿Le puedo decir algo? Es que lo que pasa es que se escucha doble. Creo que es porque su micrófono está encendido a la vez que el audio.
Sí, a veces me confundo y no. Claro.
Yeah. I'm going to deactivate my microphone and see if you can listen, okay? Tell me if you can listen now, and we're going to try. I'm going to deactivate my microphone.
Audio 1.7. 1. Faisal from Dubai.
So is it okay? Good. So you can listen well, okay? Sorry about that.
Audio 1.7.
Thank you for telling me, okay? So I'm going to deactivate my microphone and my camera.
Faisal from Dubai.
Winter's my favorite season. In summer, it's too hot to enjoy outdoor activities. But in winter, the temperature is really mild and pleasant, perfect for walks and picnics in the desert or in the city's beautiful parks. Also, the sea is wonderful in the winter. I'm not keen on swimming in the sea in the summer. The water's too warm and there are sea snakes and other nasty animals. In winter, it's safer and fresher. My favorite winter activity is fishing. I really love catching fish in the sea and then cooking them on a barbecue on the beach.
2. Marek from Alberta.
I love autumn. When the days are sunny but cool, I'm really interested in photography, and autumn's a great time for that, as the leaves are a beautiful golden color. In late autumn, we get our first snowfalls, and the snow looks amazing against the bright blue skies. Also, I'm really into watching ice hockey, and autumn is when the new ice hockey season starts. The only problem with autumn is that it comes before winter, and our winters are so long and cold. I don't mind cold weather, but when the temperature goes down to 35 below zero, well, that's another story.
3. Gina from Rio de Janeiro.
My favourite season here in Rio is summer. I'm an English teacher, so I have long summer holidays when I can relax and spend time with my children. To be honest, I prefer spring weather to summer weather. Summers here are extremely hot and humid. We get a lot of thunderstorms then too, but actually I quite like watching storms. Another thing I love is New Year's Eve, which of course is in the middle of summer here. There's an amazing firework display on the beach. I don't go down there because I can't stand large crowds, but we have a great view from our apartment.
Is it okay, or one more time?
One more
Okay?
time, please.
Okay, one more time. So here you are.
Thanks.
Audio 1.7. 1. Faisal from Dubai.
Winter's my favorite season. In summer, it's too hot to enjoy outdoor activities. But in winter, the temperature is really mild and pleasant, perfect for walks and picnics in the desert or in the city's beautiful parks. Also, the sea is wonderful in the winter. I'm not keen on swimming in the sea in the summer. The water's too warm and there are sea snakes and other nasty animals. In winter, it's safer and fresher. My favorite winter activity is fishing. I really love catching fish in the sea and then cooking them on a barbecue on the beach.
2. Marek from Alberta.
Profesor, no se escucha el audio.
I love autumn. When the days are sunny but cool.
¿Terminaste?
Let's give it a try.
I'm really interested in photography, and autumn's a great time for that, as the leaves are a beautiful golden color. In late autumn, we get our first snowfalls, and the snow looks amazing against the bright blue skies. Also, I'm really into watching ice hockey, and autumn is when the new ice hockey season starts. The only problem with autumn is that it comes before winter, and our winters are so long and cold. I don't mind cold weather, but when the temperature goes down to 35 below zero, well, that's another story.
3. Gina from Rio de Janeiro. 3. Gina from Rio de Janeiro.
My favourite season here in Rio is summer. My favourite season I'm an English here in teacher, Rio so is I have summer. long summer holidays. I'm an English when I can teacher, relax so I have and long spend time summer with my holidays children. when I can relax and To be spend honest, time with I my prefer children. spring weather to summer be honest, weather. I prefer Summers spring here weather are to extremely hot and humid. We get a lot of thunderstorms then too, but actually I quite like watching storms. Another thing I love is New Year's Eve, which of course is in the middle of summer here. There's an amazing firework display on the beach. I don't go down there because I can't stand large crowds, but we have a great view from our apartment.
And that's it, right? So let's go through each of those sentences, okay? So let's go with the first ones. It says, I'm not keen on. I'm not keen on.
Swimming.
Swimming. Yes. Very good. So I'm not keen on swimming in the sea summer. So very good. Remember, I'm just going to type it here on the chat. Then, number 2, my favorite winter activity is?
Se escucha.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Oh, that's okay. Let me see if I can hear you. So the second one, my favorite winter activity is? I'm going to deactivate my camera.
Fishing.
Fishing, that's it. Very good. So that is number 2. Number 3, I really love catching fish in the
sea.
That's it. Very good. In the sea. Number 4, I'm really interested in
Photography.
Photography. And photography, right? Photography. Very good. That's it. Number 5, right? So number 5, it says I really into watching
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey. Very good. So ice hockey. Number 6, I don't mind
cold.
Cold, in this case, cold weather. Right? Cold weather. Number 7, I prefer
Spring.
Yeah, that's it. Spring weather to summer weather. So, la primavera instead of el verano. Then number 8, I quite like watching thunderstorms. Okay, thunderstorms. Very good. And finally, I can't stand large
clouds.
What is that?
Nube.
Crowds. Crowds means lots of people together. Okay, that's a crowd. Crowd es una multitud in Spanish. Okay, mucha gente junta. That is a crowd. Okay, very good. So, in this exercise, there were a few words that means likes, dislikes, or preferences, right? Things that you like to do, things that you hate, things that is not a problem for you, or things that you like more than other things, well, or some things that you like but not that much or not a lot, okay? Those expressions are here from 1 to 9. So what you have to do is to match them, right? So the idea for you here is to match the sentences. For example, I'm not keen on, right? I really love, I'm really interested, I'm really into, I don't mind, I prefer, I quite like, I can stand, with the words here in, or expressions here from A to F. In some occasions, you can use more than one, right? So, for example, the ones from 4 or 5, I think that they are quite similar, so means kind of the same thing here in letters A to F, right? So, for example, what would you say for the first expression, right? For the first expression that says, well, I'm, as you have just said here, I'm not keen on, right? In this case, it was swimming in the sea in the summer. So which of the expressions from A to F, sorry, means the same thing?
You don't like something.
Okay. When you don't like something, you're not really keen on. What else could it be? Just that? Give it a try, give it a try.
Maybe when you hate something.
Okay. So the first one, you were right, okay? So with the first one, you were right. It goes with A. So I'm not keen on. You don't like something. So I'm not keen on means that you don't like something. So you may say, for example, I'm not keen on, for example, a TV series that you're watching on Netflix. I'm not keen on, for example, Dark. That's a lie. I really love it. But I'm not keen on means you don't like something, right? Then, which of the expressions, right, means that you hate something? Which of the sentences you hate something? B, right, goes with. So I really hate that thing.
Maybe I can stand later.
That's it. Yes. In this case, when she said, right, I can't stand large crowds, right? Lots of people together. Es el famoso in Spanish. No lo soporto. I can't stand means you hate something. Long time ago, people said that they can't stand, for example, Justin Bieber, right? Porque todos lo odiaban a Justin Bieber. Entonces, I can't stand Justin Bieber. So really hate, you hate something. Good. Letter C, you like something a lot. Aquí pueden ser varias frases. You like something a lot. Aquí pueden ser varias. For example, la número 3, right? I really love catching fish, right? That is something that you like a lot. Hay dos más. ¿Cuáles son?
The 2?
Number 2? Nope, not really.
I am really into watching.
Yes, I am really into. También significa you like something a lot. Y una falta. Falta una.
The 4?
Number 4, yes. I'm really, really interested in. Very good. Entonces, uno puede usar cualquiera de esas frases. I'm really into, right? I'm really interested in, or I really love. The 3 of them means the same, that you like something a lot. Yes. Then, with letter D, something isn't a problem for you. So, could be you just live like, okay, I don't mind, right? That is, of course, number 6, okay, because I said it. When something is not a problem for you, you said, I don't mind. For example, I don't mind cold weather, right? les da lo mismo. Eso significa el famoso I don't mind. That means something isn't a problem for you. In letter E, that it's super easy, right? You like one thing more than another. So you're expressing. Esa es la más sencilla de todas.
I prefer.
I prefer. It's the same thing as saying I prefer summer rather than winter, or I prefer spring rather than autumn, etc. Right? So I prefer means that you like one thing more than another thing. So finally, when you like something but not a lot, you use the expression which is in number 8, the famous I quite like. So I quite like, for example, tennis. Okay, it's okay. I like it, but it's just that, right? Not a lot. Right? I mean, say I prefer watching basketball, for example. Okay, so those are some expressions that you can use when you want to talk about likes and dislikes. I'm keen on, or in this case, I'm not keen on, right? Keen on is the same as interested in, okay? Si lo usan sin la negación, es exactamente lo mismo. Keen on es lo mismo que interested in, ¿ya? Pero en este caso está usado como negative, so it says I'm not keen on. That means that you don't like something. Entonces, para no solamente decir I like or I don't like, you may also say these expressions that you have here from 1 to 9, right? I'm keen on, I really love, I'm really interested in, I'm really into, etc., etc., etc. Okay? And that leads us, right? Leads us to this, okay? So what are you going to do, right? This is going to be your first assignment. It's not evaluated, but it's an assignment. So you have to do it, okay? You have the instructions on Flipgrid, and they are also, let me just go to the classroom. Right now, this is loading, sorry. They are just right now here on your classwork. So if you go to Unit 1 and then go into, if you go now into the classwork, there is an assignment that it's called likes and dislikes, and the instructions are on Flipgrid. So if you go to Flipgrid, and just let me show you this, I'm going to share with you my screen. It's here. You have a link, okay? And that link, it's going to invite you to create an account. Remember that you have to log in with your UPLA account, UPLA credentials. So what do you have to do here in Flipgrid, right? You have to do the following, and these are the instructions. You are going to do or make a short video about your likes and dislikes. You will have to use the language from the language box, the one here on the right of the screen, right? That says language for speaking, talking about likes and dislikes. So you have all of those phrases. I'm not keen on, I really love, I'm really into, I prefer, I can't stand, my favorite thing, I'm really interested, I don't mind, I quite like, etc. Follow, of course, the last sentence, right? You can read it as well on your own. And then it says you have 3 options, so you'll have to choose one of them. If you go for the social, it says you will have to prepare a short video about things that you like and don't like doing in your free time connected to the previous class. You will have to use these ideas: exercise, relaxation, shopping, housework, and time with other people. If you choose the academic one, you will have to prepare a short video about that things that you like and don't like about a student life. For example, you have these ideas, exams, early morning lectures, sitting at the computer all day, working alone, working in a library, writing essays, food in the cafeteria. And finally, if you choose professional life, you will have to choose, right, prepare a short video about things that you like and don't like at work. For example, traveling abroad on business. Abroad means fuera del país. Early morning meetings, going to meetings, reuniones, wearing a uniform, like at school, right? Working in a team, sitting at a computer all day, and working at home. So when you enter this, you can do it with the app, with the Flipgrid app, or just with your on your computer. So you decide. Once you read the instructions, then you will have to record your response. So you click over, right? And you're gonna have this screen with the time frame that you have. In this case, maximum of 1 minute. That's the maximum amount of time that you can talk. And with this button, the one in the middle, you can start your recording. You also have some effects that you can use here, right? So you can put some filters, right? Some text if you want. You can also use a pen, a board, so stickers if you want. There are lots of things that you can do with this editor. And there are some other options as well to upload a video, but the thing is that you can do it just right here. So you can do everything right here on the app, right? In this case, I'm using the, so I'm just click here. We're going to say 3, 2, 1. So this is opening, right? Once I'm ready, I click, okay, that's ready. Click next, right? You can opening, right? Once I'm ready. So you can edit, you can add more parts of the video if you think that it's not that ready, right? And then click next, and it's a quite easy step by step, right? I'm just going to cancel that one. And the idea is that you use that app to provide your answers, okay? How long do you have to do that? Just 1 day, because it's until tomorrow. Okay, it's going to be a homework. You will have to do it on your own. Okay, it's about likes and dislikes. And once you're ready, you can just post it there on Flipgrid, just there. You don't have to go anywhere else, right? Because I'm going to check that you put your video on it. Remember that you have to enter with your UPLA credentials, okay? So once you click over the link that you have on Classroom, right, it's going to ask you to log in, and you log in with your UPLA credentials, okay? So try to download the app so you can use your mobile devices. It's easier for you. Or you can also do it here in your computers. But I think that the app, you're more used to the app because you know how to make TikTok videos and also Instagram Reels, right? Or Snapchat. So you know about almost everything. You have effects, so you can add stickers. You can put some face effects if you want. You are free, right? But try to do the activity on your own, okay? So with that information, we are going to finish the class of today, okay? So I'm going to stop the recording. So I hope you have enjoyed the class of today. Lots of things to do, right, in this very short time that we have. I'm going to see you on Thursday. Take a look. there on the classroom because I'm going to leave you another homework that is related with the following part of the unit, which is the reading and writing. I'm going to post a homework for you, right? But that one should be delivered on Friday, okay? I'm going to post that on the classroom as well, okay? So that's all for today. Thank you very much for coming, and class, you are dismissed. Okay, thank you very much for coming. See you on Thursday. Okay, bye bye.
Bye, thank you.
See you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Ay, Oli. Le iba a preguntar al profesor que había dicho el David, o sea, quién iba a ver el video y luego, bueno, más abajo salían las respuestas, entonces es como obvio que lo va a ver todas las personas que se metan a la aplicación y ya no quiero. ¡Ay, qué entretenido! No, ya. Yay. Oye, espérate. Ay, bueno, igual tenemos clase en 10 minutos, o no sé. Tengo rabia. Bueno, la con... Ay, quiero hacerlo ahora, pero tengo clases. Ya no quiero. Lo de que manda la profe Tamara y luego quiero hacer el video. Probablemente lo haga mientras almuerzo. La actividad. ¡Yay! Oye, pero ¿vaya a hacerlo con la cámara del celular? Oye, pero igual. Pero